What's going on YouTube? My name is Aiden, aka HYZ. The reason why you guys clicked this video was to see how I did this mid fade, no C cuts or high to mid fade, however you want to call it. So without wasting any more time, let's get into it. As you guys can see, starting out coming in, saturating the hair, trying to find where that colic is laying naturally. And to start off this shear section of the cut, I'm gonna bring all the hair forward and make that guideline within the bangs. Since we're going for a fringe look, a messier look, we're gonna texture cut it, which means we're not coming straight across bluntly, but we're gonna go on a diagonal. Now to section this off, we're gonna start two sections from the back and the top. And then we're gonna split the top into three sections, the two sides, then we're gonna make a skinny section within the middle. Once we do that, we're gonna start in the front because that's where we made our first guideline with the bangs. Gotta find it and texture cut it. As you guys can see, again, I'm not coming straight across like a blunt cut, coming in on an angle. What this is gonna ensure is that we cut in some texture. Then once we do that, that's gonna be our traveling guideline now. So we put all that hair that we just cut off to one side. We're gonna pick it all up from the front. I'm gonna find that point and do the same thing and texture cut this whole top. And if you guys don't feel confident in your shear work, it's okay, I promise, because it took me time as well to get where I'm at. All I'm gonna say is keep watching videos and keep trying to push yourself when it comes to it. Don't be scared of it, just hop into it. And now for the blow drying process, we're not gonna do anything fancy since we're going for a messier, texturized look. I'm gonna come in with about warm heat and just make sure this is all dried up. And now to start off this fade, we're gonna first debulk. I'm gonna come in with my two all the way closed, and we're gonna just start creating our shape. And since this is going from a high to mid fade, we're gonna start up high, and as we get to the back, we're gonna drop it. And depending on your client's head shape, it just might suit them better. So you guys make the professional judgment. And the reason why you guys see me flicking out the top is to create a smoother transition from the fade to the top. When we come in with our clipper over comb, it'll be a lot easier. The next step we gotta get into is creating our bald line. Again, this is setting in the shape for our fade, so we wanna make sure this is clean. As you guys can see, I'm coming up with my trimmers instead of pressing. Whenever you press, it makes it harder for that bald line to get out, so I found this easier. And my points that I look for when it comes to setting in the shape is right where the C cup ends at the temple, and then dropping it right under the occipital bone. It's a tongue twister every single time. We're then gonna come in with our foil shavers. And what this is gonna do is make the fade last a little longer and make it pop. And as you guys can see, as I get closer to that bald line we just created, I flip my foils around and I flick at it. What this is gonna ensure is that I don't create a harsh line. Now for the first guideline we're gonna set is going to be our no guard all the way open. And we're still gonna follow the same shape. And once we set that in, we're then gonna come in clipper halfway open. We're gonna come about halfway through that guideline. We're gonna soften up that bald line. And then once we do that, we're gonna come in clipper all the way closed and get that bottom line out. And if you see it doesn't get that out, come in with your trimmers, flick up at that line. And if that don't work, take the foils and then come down on it. We're then gonna come with our one guard all the way open at this temple part. And then we're gonna close it and finish out this next guideline. And the reason why we come with our one open is because we're trying to keep the corners dark. It's gonna make this fade pop and make it look enhanced without enhancements. We are then gonna come in with our half guard halfway open. We're gonna come about halfway through that guideline. As you guys can see, I'm still flicking, using the corners a lot to get those dark spots. And to get the line in between out, we're gonna come all the way close and flick at it. And if that doesn't come out, we'll come up with our no guard all the way open and use the corners. For the last and final guideline that we're gonna set, we're gonna come in with our 1.5 all the way closed. Again, flicking at the top. But once we set in that guideline, we're gonna come in with our 1 guard halfway open. And we're gonna come in about halfway through that guideline. And the reason why I use this fade method is because I feel like it's so easy. It's repetitive and it keeps it simple. You don't have to do the crazy stuff for a good fade. And now to get that smooth transition from the fade to the top, I'm gonna come clipper over comb. And I like to come with my clipper all the way open just so it gives me a little bit more leeway to mess up. But as we come up, we're gonna flick that comb out just a tad. Really how we think of the comb in this aspect is looking at it as a guard. And then to soften this up even more, we're gonna come in with our thinning shears. And the purpose behind this is not to take off length, but to thin out the hair to make that blend come out even smoother. And that pretty much leaves this side done. But we're gonna take a couple minutes and just come in no guard and detail this up a little bit. Making sure that we're using our corner just so we don't create other lines. And now to blend this beard in, we're gonna come in with our no guard all the way open, create that first quote unquote guideline. Then after that, we're gonna close it up all the way and then just open up notch by notch. And then we're gonna come in with our 1 guard all the way open. Doing this is gonna be our next guideline in the beard. Once we set that in open, we're gonna come in all the way closed and come about halfway through it. We're gonna come a little bit different with our fade process in the beard. And now instead of coming in with our half guard like we did with the hair on top, we're gonna come in with our no guard all the way open and really just corner detail this beard fade. Now for a smooth blend into the bulk of the beard, we're gonna come in with our 2 guard all the way open. And then we'll close it up as needed. And now when it comes to the beard lineup, we're gonna start by making our first point at the bottom, slightly on an angle because we want the back part of the beard to be a little rounded. Then we're gonna make that second point at the top. And just like you would do a C cup, we're gonna connect those, making sure to keep that round shape in the back. Then we're gonna line up this vertical bar, making sure we come on a slight angle just so when you look at them in the front, it doesn't look like the bar is going backwards. And then what I'm doing right now is really just making a reference point for whenever I put the razor to the beard. It makes it easier on you and then also on the client as well because with their thick hair, it does hurt if you just come in and go through it with the razor. And as y'all can see, as I stated earlier, these vertical bars look enhanced without the enhancements. But we do want to put that extra sauce to them, so we come in with our 245 enhancements, and we're gonna lightly apply as we like. Now getting into the razor portion for the beard work, as we did earlier with the trimmers, we set in a reference point. So now we're just gonna tell our client to blow a bubble, and what this does is stretch the skin. So not only makes it easier for you, but it also gives the client more comfort. So we're gonna mark our first reference point at the bottom of the beard and then the top, and then we're gonna connect those. And if you've been able to take at least one thing away from this video so far, make sure you subscribe and leave a comment and let me know what you guys want to see next. And now to put the final touches into this cut, styling the hair, we're gonna come in with the 245 Indestructible Matte Clay. Now, I've been using this for a little bit now, and honestly, people love it so much that people buy it off of me now. As you guys can see in the back, the people love it. So how we're gonna use this is we're gonna put it in our hands, rub it in, make sure the hair is dry. That's how it works best. And then we're just gonna play with it. Since we're going for a messy textured fringe, really just mess with it to your liking. And as you guys can see, this came out super clean. A high to mid fade, no C cups, textured fringe on top, and a great beard. And again, if you guys found this video helpful and want more free game, make sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications so you guys can stay tuned.